Spider-Man vs. Cosmic Spider-Man, Neighborhood Hero vs. Cosmic Champion. Spider-Man, which is Peter Parker, debuted in Amazing Spider-Man number 15 from 1962 as a bright high schooler bitten by a radioactive spider. His core powers, super strength, wall crawling, spider sense, and web shooters made him New York's quick-witted protector. He balanced heroic feats with everyday struggles, school, bills, and Aunt May's worries. His battles with street-level threats, thugs, thieves, rogue scientists underscored the mantra, "With great power comes great responsibility." By contrast, Cosmic Spider-Man emerged in What If? 105, 1998, when Peter bonded with the Unipower, becoming a herald of the living tribunal. Far from Queen's sidewalks, this version soared between galaxies, wielding cosmic energy to manipulate matter, create force fields, and achieve near omnipotence. Gone were the quips about rent or homework. He now pondered cosmic balance and universal threats, trading spider sense for Starbrand-like precognition. Power origins and scale, Spider-Man's powers. Born from a terrestrial spider bite, Peter's abilities reflect nature's nuances. His spider sense warns of immediate danger. His agility and strength rival circus acrobats and Olympic athletes. Web shooters, his own invention, grant tactical versatility, crowd control, creating makeshift parachutes, or improvising rescue nets. His feats peak at lifting cars or toppling giant robots, but always within Earth's gravity and urban sprawl. But for Cosmic Spider-Man's powers, the Unipower fused cosmic might with his physiology. He could warp reality on a planetary scale, rejuvenating dying stars, healing entire ecosystems, or altering elemental compositions at will. His precognition extended far beyond Spidey tingle, letting him foresee cosmic cataclysms and adjust timelines. Flight became instantaneous across light years, and his strength eclipsed celestial beings. His battles spanned nebulae rather than New York boroughs. Defining story arcs: in the night, Gwen Stacy died, Amazing Spider-Man 121 to 122 from 1973. Peter's humanity shone through tragedy, cementing his legacy as a hero tested by personal loss. The Kraven's Last Hunt arc, Amazing Spider-Man number 293 to 294 from 1987, further explored his psychological depths as he reclaimed his mantle from a psychotic foe. Cosmic Spider-Man's pivotal tale appears in What If? 105, where he struggles with the burden of godlike power. A later homage in Amazing Spider-Man volume 3 to 30 to 31 from 2014 sees Peter tapping cosmic energy to avert a universal threat, only to relinquish it to preserve his core values. These arcs wrestle with the corrupting potential of absolute power and the hero's choice to embrace or renounce it. Strengths, weaknesses, and character classic Spider-Man shines through his unbreakable empathy and scientific ingenuity. Whether dangling from skyscrapers or facing down supervillains, Peter's adaptability and moral compass drive him to protect the powerless. Even when he's physically outmatched or emotionally vulnerable, his reliance on mechanical web shooters and human limits means every battle is a risk, especially when loved ones are endangered. Cosmic Spider-Man, on the other hand, wields near limitless power, universal scale strength, cosmic foresight, and reality warping abilities that make interstellar threats trivial. Yet with godlike might comes isolation. The burden of cosmic stewardship can distance him from his humanity, and losing or relinquishing the Unipower risks stripping him of purpose itself. Both versions underscore that heroism is measured not by power, but by the heart and choices behind it, legacy and lessons. Peter Parker's journey from Queens to the cosmos illustrates a universal truth. True heroism transcends raw power. The classic Spider-Man teaches that responsibility, empathy, and resilience define a hero. The Cosmic Spider-Man, however, warns that godlike abilities demand a greater moral anchor. Without it, even the noblest intentions can fracture under cosmic weight. Together, they show that whether you're saving a cat from a tree or realigning stars, the measure of a hero lies not in strength but in the choices they make. Doctor Strange vs. Black Priest. Strange. Sorcerer Supreme versus corrupted conjurer Dr. Stephen Strange rose from brilliant but arrogant neurosurgeon to Earth Sorcerer Supreme after a car accident shattered his hands. Under the Ancient One's tutelage, he mastered mystic arts, astral projection, sling ring teleportation, and the Eye of Agamotto's time bending. Yet in the Doctor Strange Damnation tie-ins from 2018, an alternate Stephen known as the Black Priest Strange emerged, a version of Strange who, deprived of his moral compass, embraced dark magic and forbidden pacts, wielding shadows instead of light to achieve his ends. The path to mastery and the fall Doctor Strange. Crippled hands drove Strange to Kamartaj, where rigorous discipline tempered his ego. He learned to draw on the crimson bands of Kitterak, weave eldritch whips, and cast protective wards around Manhattan. His sorcery emphasizes balance. Every spell exacts a price, reminding him that power unchecked invites catastrophe. Black Priest Strange. Twisting that lesson, this Strange abandoned compassion and restraint. In pursuit of victory at any cost, he tapped into the Ebony Blade's murderous will and the Darkhold's chaotic runes. His transformations, horned visage, void black cloak, mirrored his inner decay, granting him ruthless power to enslave souls and rend realities. Defining story arcs. Classic Strange's pivotal arcs include Doctor Strange, The Oath from 2006, where he risks life and limb to save his healer Wong, and the Life of Captain Marvel tie-ins, protecting the multiverse from Dormammu. Each story underscores Strange's role as guardian of cosmic balance. Black Priest Strange's defining moment comes in Damnation number 2 to number 4, where, resurrected by Mephisto's machinations, he invades Las Vegas with necrotic sorcery, turning the city into a necropolis of gambling souls. His corruption forces Strange and his allies to confront a mirror of what Stephen might become if he forsook his principles, strengths, vulnerabilities, and character. Doctor Strange's power springs from disciplined mastery and a deep sense of responsibility. He channels eldritch energies through precise incantations and relics, using the Cloak of Levitation for rescue missions and the Eye of Agamotto to undo catastrophic timelines. His greatest vulnerability lies in his humanity. Emotional bonds can cloud judgment, and mystic overreach threatens reality itself. In contrast, Black Priest Strange wields dark magic with feral abandon. His spells obliterate foes without hesitation, shadows swirl at his command, and souls are bartered like currency. Yet his reliance on corruption erodes stability. Every dark pact unravels his sanity further, and the very forces he commands seek to consume him. Together, they illustrate that true sorcery demands not just power, but wisdom and moral anchor to prevent light from becoming shadow. Legacy and lessons. Doctor Strange's legacy is that of a humble protector, a man who, despite cosmic burden, never loses sight of compassion. Black Priest Strange stands as a cautionary echo, a reminder that magic without ethics corrupts the wielder. Their duality teaches that every enchantment carries a choice, and the greatest victory lies in mastering oneself rather than dominating others. Hulk vs. Worldbreaker. Hulk, the unstoppable green Goliath, Bruce Banner's alter ego, the Hulk, was born from a gamma radiation accident that fused Banner's raging subconscious with boundless strength. First appearing in Incredible Hulk number 1, 1962, the Hulk embodies raw emotion, anger fueling superhuman power, accelerated healing, and near invulnerability. As the Incredible Hulk, he stomped through military forces, gamma beasts, and cosmic threats, each roar echoing Banner's struggle. Brute force versus fragile humanity. The emergence of Worldbreaker Hulk. When planetary survival hung in the balance during the World War Hulk event, World War Hulk 1-5, 2007, Banner was exiled to the brutal planet Sakaar. There, shock, loss, and gladiatorial combat shattered his remaining restraint. Returning to Earth, he became the Worldbreaker Hulk. His mass and power rampaged to unimaginable levels. His footsteps cracked tectonic plates. His heartbeat sent seismic waves. His fury generated shockwaves capable of leveling continents. This incarnation was less a lost soul and more a living force of nature, whose mere presence threatened global cataclysm. Defining story arcs. Classic Hulk's defining moments include Planet Hulk, Incredible Hulk, 92-105, 2006, where he found honor and tragedy as Sakaar's champion, and Immortal Hulk, 1-50, 2018-2021, which revealed horror beneath the green skin. These stories explore his duality, protector or destroyer, Banner's intellect versus the Hulk's instinct. Worldbreaker, Hulk's epic arc in World War Hulk, saw him return in wrath to punish those who exiled him, shattering the Illuminati's hidden sanctuary and battling Earth's mightiest heroes. His journey questioned vengeance over justice and tested whether unchecked power can ever be redeemed, strengths, weaknesses, and character. The classic Hulk's greatest strength lies in his limitless potential for growth. The angrier he becomes, the stronger and faster he grows, healing from near-lethal wounds. Yet his power is often tempered by Banner's flickers of conscience, moments when he restrains the monster within. This tension makes him unpredictable, a hero when guided by compassion, a threat when consumed by rage. The Worldbreaker Hulk transcends even these limits. His strength is planetary, a single punch can rupture the crust, his roar can trigger tsunamis, and his aura warps reality with gamma energy. Yet this godlike might carries a monumental vulnerability. Every display of power risks global destruction and isolates him further from any hope of redemption. His rampage is fueled by grief and betrayal, not mere anger, making his wrath both apocalyptic and deeply personal, legacy and lessons. The Hulk reminds us that inner rage can be a force for protection or devastation, depending on the heart that wields it. Worldbreaker Hulk magnifies that lesson to cosmic scale, showing that when trauma and power merge without restraint, even a hero can become a harbinger of ruin. Together, they illustrate a core truth. True strength demands emotional mastery as much as physical might, and that the greatest battle may be the one within. Sentry versus Deadseed. Sentry, Earth's brightest defender versus its darkest shadow. Robert Reynolds debuted as the Sentry in Sentry #1 from 2000 as the Man of 1,000 Powers, a hero whose light could blind cosmic threats, molecular manipulation, flight, super strength, and energy projection. Revered by the world, he stood as its ultimate protector, yet deep within his psyche lurked the Void, a malevolent counterpart given form through Reynolds' forgotten trauma. When the Void fully surfaced, it became Deadseed Sentry, an antithesis of light, wielding the same godlike abilities to devastate rather than defend. The birth of Two Forces Sentry, Robert Reynolds ingested a serum derived from a million-year-old superhuman formula. Empowered by boundless light, he single-handedly turned back robot invasions, held collapsing continents aloft, and repelled elder gods. His public persona was one of hope incarnate, though his mind teetered on the brink of memory loss and guilt over forgotten atrocities. Deadseed Sentry, the Void emerged when Reynolds' suppressed fears and doubts coalesced into a living nightmare. Donning a twisted version of the Sentry costume, black with crimson accents, the Deadseed Sentry mirrored every heroic feat with a dark reflection, crushing cities with a thought, manipulating shadows as easily as sunlight, and spreading despair through psychic terror. Defining story arcs. In The Sentry, from 2000, Reynolds grappled with his split identity, moments of heroism shattered by blackouts he couldn't recall. His clashes with the Void threatened global collapse, forcing the Avengers to choose between trusting him and neutralizing him. The Siege event, Siege #1 to 4 from 2010, saw Rykons manipulated by Norman Osborn to unleash the Void on Asgard, culminating in the Sentry's self-sacrifice to seal away his darker half. Deadseed. Sentry's pivotal threat emerges whenever the Void overtakes Reynolds, most catastrophically during Osborn's reign, when his unleashed darkness laid waste to entire city blocks and pitted heroes against an enemy who knew their deepest fears. Strengths, weaknesses, and character. Sentry's strength lies in his immense compassion channeled through immeasurable power. He can reshape matter, heal catastrophes, and inspire unity, yet his light depends on mental stability. Any crack in Reynolds' psyche invites the Void. Deadseed Sentry shares the same cosmic might, but wields it with nihilistic precision, turning light into blinding pain and creation into ruin. His victories stem from exploiting fear and doubt, making him unstoppable until Reynolds reclaims hope. This duality reveals that power without inner peace becomes its own undoing, and that only by confronting one's darkness can true heroism shine undimmed. Legacy and lessons. The Sentry embodies the paradox of ultimate power bound by fragile humanity, proving that the greatest light can cast the darkest shadow. Deadseed Sentry stands as a testament to the peril of suppressed trauma, an unstoppable force born when hope is eclipsed by fear. Together they teach that no power, however godlike, can endure without self-understanding, and that confronting inner darkness is the heroic act that keeps real illumination alive.